Guys, this is such a treat. I am joined by Ranger Mike, and we are at Atalaya Castle. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. So good to see you.
I've been looking forward to this for a very long time. I want you to tell me all about this place, and it's so rich in history.
Indeed, it is. In fact, this is it's a National Historic Landmark.
Yeah.
One of only two that we have in the South Carolina State Park Service.
All right, so tell me the story.
So this was the winter home of Archer and Anna Hyatt Huntington. Those are the people who built Brooklyn Gardens, which is literally right across the street. Anna was a world-famous sculptor who made a self-made woman. She was considered probably the 10th wealthiest self-made woman in the country at the time she married her husband, Archer Huntington. Archer was one of the wealthiest men in the country. He'd inherited a vast fortune from his father, Hollis B. Huntington. Made the original Huntington family fortune with California gold rush, selling supplies to folks hoping to buy gold. Turns out that's where the real money was. Then invested that into the Transcontinental Railroad, helping to build the first railroad, uniting east and west coast of the country together, and then invested in the Newport News shipyard. So Archer's his only son inherited this vast fortune from his father.
And clearly he did a pretty good job spending some of that.
He did. In fact,
I might say so.
Yeah, so Archer actually devoted his whole life to philanthropy, giving that fortune away.
Yeah.
He used to joke about himself that wherever he put his foot down, a museum was sure to string on. That was kind of his hobby.
Yeah.
In addition to building Brooklyn Gardens, he also built the Mariner Museum in Newport News and the American Hispanic Society Museum in New York City.
That's incredible. And to think we have this gorgeous structure now to come here and enjoy. It's a little different than it probably was back in the day when they were living here.
A little bit, yeah. So what actually brought the Huntingtons to South Carolina? They had very fine estates in New York and Connecticut. But shortly after they were married, Anna had been diagnosed with tuberculosis. So it was actually a search for health in a warmer climate that brought the Huntingtons originally to South Carolina, which still brings a lot of folks here. And nowadays, that huge chunk of land is now mostly Brooklyn Gardens, but 2,500 acres on the east side of Highway 17 became Huntington Beach State Park in 1960. And then also parts of the land that they own on Sandy Island and the Waccamaw River are now parts of the Waccamaw Wildlife Refuge.
Wow. And you can come and see this castle today, but what is there actually to tour?
So the Atalaya Castle, which, by the way, castle is what everybody in the community called the building. It's not what they simply refer to it as Atalaya, which is Spanish for watchtower, by the way. And it refers to the very literal centerpiece of the building right behind us. Having never lived in the South before, the Huntingtons were very concerned about mosquitoes. So they built a watchtower that was really a water tower that was also meant to double as a giant bat house. They wanted bats to live in the watchtower. They wanted those bats come flying out every night eating the mosquitoes, and they figured that would solve the problem. But honestly, they hit on a more practical way of avoiding mosquitoes, and that is they just went visit in the winter times. It's never that big of an issue.
You can't really avoid the mosquitoes here in the South, can you?
Unless you only visit in the winter.
True. All right, Ranger Mike, I appreciate you talking to me about this. Where can people go to get tickets? Do they have to get them here? Can they get them online?
So the admission into Atalaya is separate from the park admission. So the admission into Atalaya is $2 per person. Atalaya during the warmer months is open from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. And you can buy your tickets right here at the building. Throughout the summer, there will be guided tours of Atalaya on weekdays at 2 p.m. and on Saturdays at